What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hillside Live for the Mickey Thompson NRRA race number 3. We are here at Hot Springs Off-Road Park in Arkansas. This weekend is presented by Spyder Offroad. You guys are about to get to watch the youth race kicking off. We've already had round 1 for our UTV Bounty class and round 1 for the bouncers. We're going to go ahead and run both courses for our UTV youth class, and then we'll be back with Bounty and bouncers for round 2. I hope you guys were able to catch our racing action that we've had so far this morning. It's a beautiful day out here at Hot Springs Off-Road Park. We are all loving it. Let me give you a little rundown of what's been going on so far today. In our Bounty class, we had Cooper Bentley with the fastest time, and then Nathaniel Bell, Casey Howell, DC Thompson, and Clint Strain. Those are your top 5 from round 1 UTV Bounty. And from the bouncers, Tim Cameron had the fastest time, followed by Daniel Heckley, Cooper Bentley, Brandon Davis, and Clayton Smith. Those are your top 5 from round 1 of the RCB Bouncer Cup class. And here we go with our youth class. I believe this was Carly Detmer taken off the line. We've got a great course lined out for our youth drivers here today. They don't have to fight through the wheel-deep mud like they did at Windrock. I'm sure they're all grateful for that. Carly Detmer making her way around the course. She is our first driver of the UTV youth class if you're just tuning in. We're going to go ahead and run both courses of our youth class before we get back to UTV Bounty and bouncers. Carly had a 6'9.968.
Had a little frog in my throat there.
Welcome back, Matt.
What's up? I was talking to someone here from Canada, and his buddy is here from California. First time ever been watching the sport for 5 years. First time ever coming to a race.
Nice.
He said
all the way to Arkansas.
Said Tim Cameron got me in the sport. We've been watching it for 5 years. First time coming to a race. I said, we have some people you can actually tune in when you're watch us live on Rock Racing TV. He said, really? So we'll have to chat with him some more later.
Ava Garner is out on the course now. And fun fact I learned about Ava, and you might notice the custom wrap job that she has on her roll cage. That's actually duct tape. And okay. Ava has a theme for each park, each race that we go to. She changes it out for each one. Now, I had noticed she had changed it. It's been an American flag. What did she do last time?
I remember the American flag.
I can't remember the last one that she did, but I've noticed that she changes it, but I didn't know she had the theme. So because this is Hot Springs Off-Road Park, she said it needed to be a spring theme. So she's got flowers and bees on there this time.
I like it.
So Zach, her dad, was telling me she painstakingly plans out and cuts each individual piece that she puts on there. It's not wrapped around. It's each individual piece of duct tape.
That's incredible. 70.393.
So we'll see what theme she has for our next race in Rush, Kentucky. I think that's a pretty fun idea of her.
I do. It's pretty awesome.
Fun fact, I used to make duct tape purses in high school, and I would take orders from people, and I would make them and sell them.
I believe that.
I don't believe we had such cool patterns of duct tape back when I was in high school. That would have been pretty awesome, though. We got Rowdy Boy Ramsey Trainer out on the course now. Ramsey, we mentioned earlier, had a bent A-arm after his practicing last night, his pre-running.
And Hunter Vargo brought him some spare parts. So just like our adult class, our youth class stick together and help each other out.
The race family's got to stick together. Everybody out here, we always say, of course, is competitive. They want to come out. They want to be on that top podium box at the end of the day. But this is our race family. They're racing against their friends, against their neighbors. And everybody wants everybody else to be at their best as well. So parts are often swapped. Pit crews help each other out. Everybody helps keep everybody else rolling strong. 71.871 for Ramsey Trainer. Clara Hoback is on the line now. She's got that new pink wrap all muddied up in true racer fashion. You know, her super grip tires are going to be doing good work for her out here today on this course.
We got like the whole entire Holback racing team down here helping. Justin kicking up the starting line.
It's definitely a family affair. And that's how it is for so many of our youth drivers out here. And one of the things that's really fun about this class is not only are the kids out here having a blast and they're learning how to drive, you know, how to be in control of a vehicle, their spatial awareness, and just all these things that are going on, the confidence, you know, to get in one of these vehicles and drive out here in front of everybody. But they're getting to do it with their family, too.
Yeah.
Many of the parents, I would say most of them, are very involved out here with helping with the kids. You'll see, you know, dads and moms and other volunteers waving the kids around the course, making sure they turn at the right spots, yelling, go, go, go. And we had the kids out here doing practice laps during our break. The Hobacks are a huge part of helping get all of that organized. So it really is a family affair, and I think that's one of the most fun things about this class. Not only are the kids having a blast, and we get to watch them do that, but they're getting to do it all with their family. A lot of siblings out here racing together, and then a lot of our young drivers, their dads are also racing in one of our other classes.
76.388 for Miss Clara Holback.
And Clara had her first win earlier this season, and that meant that she got to pick out a kitten. I don't think she's got a very specific kind of kitten in mind that she wants. A little gray kitten. She's going to name it Winnie. I don't think she's picked it out yet, but
I love the Winnie name.
Yeah, that was her incentive for her first win. And if she gets another trophy, then they get to go out to eat at Cracker Barrel as a family. That's the next incentive.
Okay.
Blake Heckley is out on the course now.
Again, Blake was down here yesterday with Collier and several other of them playing in the water and collecting rocks, putting rocks in their pocket. So.
Ramsey Trainer, 71. Detmer was 6'1". Yeah, 6'9".
Oh, the kids were having a big time out here yesterday playing in the creek that's running down through our finish line. I think they have just as much fun doing all that as they do on race day.
I really do think they do. It was cute to see them all playing together. Like, tomorrow we're going to be competitors, but today we're going to be best friends. You know, it was super cute, super fun to see them. So
these kids are living their best lives out here. They get to race. They get to play with their friends, play outside all day. They're eating snacky snacks all day long. 73.864 for Blake Heckley. Looks like Hunter Vargo on the line now.
Got his race wrap on there.
Hunter had a second place finish at our last race in Wildcat. All right, to our Hillside Live audience. I don't think I've asked you guys yet today. So, where's everybody watching from? Where are you guys tuning in from?
It was funny. I think some of our viewers that when we first started tuning in this morning, I think they anticipated your question. A couple of them were asked, just saying automatically where they were tuning in from.
I've got them well trained.
Yes, it was. I remember we had Texas on there.
They know I'm going to ask eventually.
It's true.
They're just preemptively answering.
Well, it was kind of cool talking to the guy from Canada and the guy from California. They're like, we've been watching this for several years, and it's so awesome to come to our very first race. So I was telling them they could watch on the live feed.
Hey, if they can come from Canada and California to watch a race, you too can come in person. And we hope you guys are able to do that.
72.920 for Mr. Hunter Vargo.
You guys can always head to nationalrockracing.com to check out our calendar of events for the rest of the season. Hopefully there will be one on there that's close enough for you to attend in person. If you've never made it to an event in person before, of course, we highly recommend it. It's a lot different, know, from watching on a screen. You get an actual idea of how big the hills and the obstacles really are, how fast the vehicles are going, with the horsepower thundering in the air.
Well, you also get to see how steep these hills are. Again, this is the great part about our sport. You can walk out and walk the course with the drivers, and you can say, oh, wow, that ledge is way steeper than it looks on TV.
Matt and Bree were right.
Yes.
Ridge Brown is out making his way around the course right now. And you guys get the full effect of the fellowship of the race families out here, getting to hang out with the spectators, enjoy your snacks, on the spectator hillside. Set up your chairs, your blankets, your easy up, and enjoy a beautiful day of racing with us.
And we do see a bunch of easy-us out there, again, scattered across the hill with all of our spectators out there. And again, beautiful weather today. You can see all the drivers down there. The UTV drivers are obviously checking out because they'll be the first guys on it, so definitely down there scoping out the hill, trying to pick their lines.
We've got Shonda from Kentucky, Josiah from South Dakota, Stephen from Ohio tuning in. And Ridge Brown through the finish line with a 73.960. Our fastest time right now for round one of the youth class is Carly Detmer. She was also our first one on the course. She came out and set a smoking time on the course, a 69.9. Ava Garner right behind her with a 70.3. And then Ramsey Trainer with a 71. And we've got Collier Hoback making his way around the course now. Collier, as far as I know, is our youngest driver out here at 4 years old.
Tiny guy. It was funny. Justin gave him the 3, 2, 1 countdown, and he kind of stared at him. And then Justin goes, go! And then he takes off.
Collier's like, wait, do I go now?
Yep.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was super cute.
Collier and his sister Clara have a little track in their yard at home that they like to chase each other around and get in some practice laps on. Just imagine if he can do this at 4 years old and he's already learning how to drive something. By the time he gets to, 12, he's going to be a master wheelman.
Where are we looking at? 73960. Damn it.
You took that back turn so good. Sorry.
Again, we got our drivers sitting in the starting gate checking them out. We got the rest of them lined back. We have a kind of a tree line back behind our starting gate where a lot of our side-by-side drivers have been backing too.
They're chilling in the shade.
I noticed the bouncer drivers are doing it as well. So it only makes sense that our youth class is back there.
Good job, Collier.
Get some shade. 84.161 from Mr. Collier Holback. Again, he has some new stickers too. Got some cool stickers from him and Clara last weekend.
They're getting that Hoback Racing merch lineup. All right, we've got Dallas Heckley, and she's going to wrap up round 1 of the youth class for us, and then we will be turning around for round 2 for the youth class.
I don't see a cooler there.
Dallas had a 3rd place finish at Wildcat. She's definitely no stranger to getting up on that podium. She's also been racing in the Outlaw Series this season.
It's always great to get a chance to talk to some of our UTV drivers, our youth drivers. They definitely have a lot of heart, definitely put a lot of enthusiasm into their racing careers. They take it very serious. Again, we're going to run both of their courses back-to-back here this morning. I guess it is still technically morning. Not quite noon yet here in Arkansas.
We're keeping things moving along pretty smooth today.
They are absolutely loving Splash Through That Puddle, I think.
71.136 for Dallas, and that does wrap up round 1 for the youth class. I'll give you guys a quick rundown. Give me just a second.
All right, we're getting our youth class here. Again, that was Course 1 we just wrapped up here in Hart Springs, Arkansas for the 3rd race of the National Rock Racing Association. Presented by Mickey Thompson Tires. This race is brought to you by Spyder Offroad. Again, we got our racers all backed in the shade so they can watch their 2nd round. Again, we have our very first entry sitting in the race line starting gate. As well as if you're here in person, you can see all the drivers kind of huddled up in the shade over there looking at the base of the hill. Get everything ready to go.
All right, I've got our top 5 rundown. From round 1 for the youth class, Carly Detmer had the fastest time with a 69, followed by Ava Garner with a 70. Oh, let's see, Dallas Heckley with a 71.1, Ramsey Trainer with a 71.8, and Hunter Vargo with a 72. Our youth class keeping it super tight out here today. We're going to let these kids run it back right away for round 2.
See, we got a lot of dads over there in that shaded area talking to their youth drivers.
Carly Detmer is going to start things off for us again for round 2.
All right, clock is hot. Carly taking off for round 2 of our youth class here on Saturday.
All right, let's see if she can hold on to that lead she's got from round 1. Come on, Carly. Here she comes through the finish line.
And splashing through the finish line there. 69.811.
Wow, she managed to shave off even just a little bit of time from her first round. She had a 69.9 on round 1 and now a 69.8.
Wow. Even the youth class is getting faster as the day goes on. I think, are we going to see some faster times on our bouncer class later today? I don't know. Again, I see a lot of guys studying that first rough ledge. So, again, everybody has a game plan until like Mike Tyson says, everybody has a game plan until you get hit in the face. So
That's right.
Until you take that first big
Until
bounce.
You hit a tree.
Or you hit a tree, yeah. Got Hunter Vargo taking off the line here. Again, this is our second driver of course 2 for the UTV class, UTV youth class.
Did you not get one of these? Yeah, 71 no, for Dallas. 136.
Course is a lot muddier today than I thought it was going to be. Like there was actually quite a bit of mud on the course.
Well, they were hosing it down during our break.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I meant like in this morning when my first run, I was a lot more mud out there than I anticipated. I just see a line of dirty bouncers and side by side. So I was.
Nice. Hunter Vargo through the finish creek. 75.624. That means we've got Ridge Brown on the line now. And Ridge Runner. Got a pretty fun course lined out for the youth class today. They get to make use of the tabletop, the little double jump, which is it's not so much of a jump for them.
Yeah.
But a nice up and over.
Although I was watching 7 on pre-run this morning, and they're sitting it.
Hey, these kids, they aren't afraid. They don't have the experience to be yet.
Yeah.
Like the rest of us.
Yes. Yeah, you haven't woke up with aches and pains yet.
They just got a need for speed. Ridge Brown, let's see that time.
73.309, Mr. Ridge Brown.
And Miss Carly Detmer is still in the lead right now with a 69.8. Collier Hoback leaving the line now. You know, I don't know what I was doing when I was 4 years old, but I wasn't racing vehicles out in front of a crowd of people. So
I was not.
Good for these kids. You know what? They're learning a lot out here, too.
So we had go-karts and foilers by that age, but we definitely weren't racing in front of a crowd.
We weren't racing.
I mean, we were in the backyard racing, but it was just, my neighbors yelling at us.
Pretty sure I probably had like a Barbie Jeep.
Yeah.
That's part of what I had at 4 years old.
I had an 80cc Yamaha, little Moto 4. 0 suspension on it, pretty much.
Same with my Barbie Jeep.
Yeah. I was like, luckily these youth class racers have a little bit of suspension, not much, but a little bit of suspension. And again, they could go with an aggressive tire. Unfortunately, there's not that much motor to power it, so you really don't want too aggressive of a tire. It also adds weight, and again, you're trying to keep your weight down as small as possible.
There you go, Collier. Nice job.
86.534 for Mr. Collier Holback. Dallas pulling up the line here.
And these kids have a blast on race weekend. You know, most of them live in different states and don't only see each other at races. And they are just like a little pack running around on Friday nights. You know,
they are.
We usually do, I've mentioned, you know, like a potluck dinner and just kind of hang out around the campsites for whoever wants to join. And the kids just kind of, they just band together. And
they really do. They need no supervision because they all just pack together.
They love it, yeah.
Yeah.
They can entertain themselves with just about anything.
They really can. It's almost comical. And they have a little playground set here at the park. I know someone were around there playing last night in the playground.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, did you ride a pit bike yesterday?
Nope,
No?
sure didn't.
Okay. It's like 1 year to the
Sure
day.
won't.
1 year to the day of your pit bike.
It's 2 years.
2 years. Okay, 2 years.
2 years already.
R.I.P. the knee. You still have a gnarly scar.
Yeah, it's going to be there forever.
We're 2 years in. That
Yay.
ain't going away there.
It's not going anywhere. Stay off pit bikes and gravel,
Yeah.
people. Learn from my mistakes.
Yes. Well, I was congratulating Bree on her 1 year, actually 2 year
2 year.
anniversary
Yeah.
of her pit bike accident.
71.250 for Dallas Heckley. That's our second fastest time right now. Miss Ava Garner is on the line with that custom duct tape roll cage wrap.
I think it's neat she does it for every single race. That's super cool.
Yeah, I didn't realize she had it all planned out.
Yeah.
She's had, telling her dad what kind of tape she wants him to order,
Yeah.
what it needs to be.
And the fact she cuts every single piece. That's impressive.
Each individual strip.
That is impressive.
Yep. And then she has to peel it all off.
Yeah,
to
which
do the
that's,
next one.
really neat.
Ava's, the name of her little buggy is called the Manager.
I believe that.
And if that gives you any indication of her little personality, she is on top of things. And she, she's got a plan. She's got a plan. Right now, I'm sure her plan is to lay down the fastest time. It's going to be tough to beat Miss Carly's time of a 69.8, though. We got Zach waving her on to the finish line. Let's see what
He's
you
like,
got.
go.
Oh-ho! 69.832.
Wow.
Wow. That is just behind Carly. Carly had a 69.811.
Wow.
Ava now just 0.02 of a second behind her with a 69.832.
I don't think they could do that again if they wanted to. Got Rowdy Boy Racing taking off the line. Again, he bent an A-arm yesterday, so got the car put back together and out there racing today.
He put his crew on it, you know.
He put his crew on it.
Told him to make sure they got it done. If you guys are just tuning in with us, welcome to Hillside Live for the Mickey Thompson NRRA race number 3. This weekend presented by Spyder Offroad. We are at Hot Springs Off-Road Park in Arkansas, enjoying a beautiful weekend. The weather is perfect out here. We've got a great crowd of spectators. Some awesome racing going on today. It's a good day to be out here.
It is a great day to be out
here. A day
of
the races. We have completed course 1 for all of our classes so far, and we are on round 2 for our youth class right now. Let's get Ramsey Trainer's time. .853. Not bad, not bad. That's a third place time right now. We've got just 2 drivers left for our youth class, and then we'll be ready to bring out our UTV Bounty class for round 2. Clara Hoback on the line, or out on the course now. Come on, Clara. Are we going to be stopping at Cracker Barrel for dinner?
I don't know.
She's got to get a trophy for that.
She's definitely wanting to. Justin out there helping guide her around.
She already earned her kitten for the season. That was her incentive to get for a first place win.
I love that we have Dan Bowman and Colby Reich out there just cheering her on. Like, yeah, go. Jay Stewart's out there as well. You can do it.
Uh-oh. Come on, Clara. Put that little 200 to the test. Don't stop. Nice. $85.058. We've got Blake Heckley on the line now. Blake is going to wrap up our youth class for today. Wade Good is watching.
What's up, Mr. Wade Good?
Wade, are you going to have an entry into the youth class in another few years?
Ooh, that'd be yeah. I could only imagine.
Congrats on the new baby.
All Good Racing, making a return.
All Good coming back into the youth class maybe in a few years. That would be pretty fun. Come on, Blake.
She was one of our people down here playing in the puddle earlier.
She went by that creek yesterday carrying the yellow sign from the pipeline that's over there.
Yeah.
I was like, Blake, you can't take that. Put it back.
She's like, it's a souvenir.
It's like, you need to leave that where it was.
Yeah.
She's like,
They're free.
It was just here.
Yeah.
Kids do the darndest things.
72.570. Hey.
All right, guys. Let me look real quick here and get our top 5. All right, I did this quickly. Everything's unofficial as always until we get to the end. But Carly Detmer held on to the lead for round 2 with a 69.8. Ava Garner, I guess I need to say she was a 69.81. Ava in second with a 69.83. And then we had Ramsey Trainer with a 70. Dallas Heckley with a 71. And Blake Heckley with a 72. That was your quick top 5 rundown from our youth class round 2, and we will be back with more UTV Bounty racing action right after this, so y'all stay tuned.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerply XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
What you want. No matter where your ride takes you. Come on. Whether it's a quick trip or a slow climb. Come on. When you choose RCV Performance Axles, you're guaranteed to finish every time.
Hello and welcome back, everybody. We are ready for round 2 of our UTV Bounty and our bouncer classes. We are enjoying a beautiful day here at Hot Springs Off-Road Park in Arkansas for the Mickey Thompson NRRA race number 3 this weekend, presented by Spyder Offroad. There's a great shot of our pit area, our spectators lining the hillside there. One of the awesome things about this park and many of the parks that we race at is how spectator friendly it is. They've got a great view, very safe. Everything's it's a good day at the races here. Let's just say that, huh, Matt?
It is an amazing day at the races. Again, so much fun. Our youth drivers are all kind of collecting the rigs over, walking over and checking stuff out, and just having a good time, enjoying it. Again, amazing weather here. This is our second race in a row where we had literally just perfect weather both days. Our first one, not so much, a little more mucky than we had anticipated,
well,
but
that's March for you.
It was rough. Again, we're super excited. The first course wasn't too bad. The difficulty, I think, was more of a medium. Second course, I think, is going to be a little more different. They have a much steeper. Again, that hill right behind us here, kind of right behind us. The section they went up, they will now be coming down, and the section they came down, they will now be going up. The same thing on the other end of the course where all the dirt section was. The section they came down, they'll be going up now, which are bigger ledges. Those are more like a 6 foot by 6 foot ledge. I was talking to some of the UTV drivers on our lunch break, and they said that they think that the hook up far right, hook up far left, one of the two, they can kind of get the front axle over and just mat it down and hopefully kind of skim through it. I don't think you're going to see any bouncers have issues. I don't think it's really a bouncer issue. Some of the guys that sit real low might have to kind of skim that belly a little bit more. But other than that, I think we'll be just fine on the dirt section. There's a reason they call this Horsepower Hill, and I think we're going to see that this afternoon.
Mm-hmm. I like the sound of horsepower.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So we'll...
So it sounds like we're throwing a little Uno reverse at the drivers
really
as far
are.
as the course goes
Yeah.
for round 2. Hopefully you guys were able to catch the racing action from round 1 this morning. Like Matt says, nothing too crazy.
Yeah.
We've been moving along nice and smooth today. Haven't really even gotten it much for skinny pedal
We haven't either.
nominations. Just a handful. So it's only halfway over for our UTV Bounty and our bouncer classes. So anything can still happen.
Yeah.
We know that that's very true on race day. So I know we've got our bounty class.
Late entries.
Late entries ready to start us off. Looks like Cooper Bentley sitting in the starting gate.
Again, we're checking out. We do have a lot of late entries in the UTV Bounty because so many guys race.
Excuse me, guys.
So many guys race
snuck up on me.
multiple classes on Friday. They have to see if the rig is still together for Saturday. So we do have a lot of late entries for the Bounty class. I think we literally had 3 or 4 different late entries of the UTV Bounty just because they wanted to make sure that their course was still available.
We had 5.
5.
We had
wow.
5 late entries.
5 late entries. Again, that's 5 guys who wanted to make sure the rig was still together, essentially. Keeping it together, make sure everything was 100%.
I don't know. Madison King said that her brother just forgot to sign them up on time.
Okay.
That was what she said anyway.
So 4 guys making sure.
Throw Nathan under the bus there.
Yeah, 4 guys making sure the rig's together. 1 who just slipped his mind.
Cooper Bentley starting us off again. Cooper started us off on round 1 and laid down the fastest time that continued to hold for the rest of round 1. I'll give you a quick rundown. Cooper had the fastest time of a 62, followed by Nathaniel Bell with a 63. DC Thompson, Casey Howell with 67, DC Thompson 69, and Clint Strain with a 77. Those are your top 5.
All right.
From
Clock is
1.
hot. Cooper's taking off the line. Again, you can see him kind of coming up. Ooh.
Oh, no. Did he already break something?
I don't know. I think he just took a line that was a little bit more alternative. And we'll see what
Not as mainstream?
Yes, we'll see how that plays out. See what he's going to do here.
Well, we've got Clay Kaysen over there checking things out.
Yeah, coming right out the gate, hitting that big hill.
Cody's running over for the assist as well.
Again, checking it out. You can see they're giving him pointers, as well as these are guys that he might be racing with later on this afternoon. So they're also checking it out, too. Again, we'll see what's going on.
They're trying to see if Cooper actually broke something. Once they, assist him. Did Cody just pull something off of there? Once the driver receives assistance and our recovery have, touched the vehicle or in helping out, that's considered to be the end of their run.
I think they're seeing if it maybe a brake line or axle shaft. Again, I like his line he took, though, because there is no course markers right where that log is at. So technically you could go super far left and drive over to the right. So I really like his game plan there. We'll see if that holds out.
Man, tough break for Cooper after having the top spot on round 1. And to come out and, have a literal break right out the gate. That's always tough to see for anybody. We want all of our drivers to be able to race every hill to the full extent when they come out here, but unfortunately breaking parts is part of racing.
It is, and again, you hate to see that, but luckily it was on the last course of the weekend for Cooper and his side-by-side.
Cooper's already had a long weekend of racing.
That buggy's already done a lot of work, so again, luckily in the last course, it's a bummer, but you can still get it together.
Alston Tidwell coming off the line now.
Again, it looks like he's going to try to take that.
Boy, that buggy does not sound quite right. Uh-oh, Alston.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can see how sketchy how fast that gets. And again, just trying to keep the wheels pointed down and go from there.
Cody's giving him some pointers.
Yeah. Oh. Sounds like he's got a flat tire up front as well. That must be that driver's side. I can see the passenger side from here, but must be that driver's side flat. Go, baby, go, baby, go!
Come on, clawing his way up the top. He's got it.
That's a big boulder coming down.
There's a good view for you guys on how steep this hill is. And then, of course, the drivers don't want to totally just bomb down to the bottom of it and smash their front end. Doing pretty good for a flat tire.
Yeah, doing real well. Again, coming into that finish line. There we
Nice.
go.
.139.160.
That's our very first time and our second racer of the second course of the third race of the National Rock Racing Association. This is the second half of the day. We have one course under our belt, and this is our second course of the day. Got D.C. Thompson sitting on the starting line there. See what he's going to do.
All right, DC electing to go straight up the right side instead of skating over from the left as Alston did. Oh, looks like he's going to give that left side a try.
Again, that far left side, we saw some of the side-by-sides kind of entering on the first course, kind of walking the buggy over, so we'll see what he's going to do. There we go.
There it goes.
Wow. Hit that first ledge and launched up that hill. Again, taking his time, but also being careful coming down that downhill section. All he's got left is that double jump and tabletop, and he's through the finish line. Whoa, flying through there. .877 for DC Thompson.
Madison King on the line now. Let's see how Madison handles this hill. Otherwise, it's looking like our round 2 for UTV Bounty might be shaken out to just be whoever can finish the hill.
Yeah. Just trying to get up that.
Good job, Madison.
Look, I'm taking
Oh boy.
sponsorship applications, right?
Yeah.
For built-in navigation on my visor.
So we
Yeah.
got DC Thompson joining us up here, if you guys couldn't tell. Yeah, it looks like you got a little turnaround out there, DC.
Man,
Again.
every time, you know. It's when I get in race mode, I see through the caution tape. I don't see it at all.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's like it needs to be 3 layers instead of 1.
Yeah.
We need a caution tape wall out there for you.
Yeah, I just need somebody to do some
No way you can miss
GPS
it.
right here in the
Yeah.
visor.
Little heads-up display there.
Yeah, that'd be a sweet.
Yeah, it would be.
So, yeah, man. But, hey, I just wanted to give a shout-out
Give me a little
to
Google
Ross
Maps.
Pilgreen for yesterday. I broke my pinion and stripped out my bull gear and my transmission. And Ross let me use the shop last night, get everything dialed back in.
Heck yeah.
got me the parts and everything. So shout out to Ross, man.
Nice.
Yeah, again, we saw you had an issue yesterday. We weren't 100% sure what that issue was, but
And once again, I got lost.
That's what the issue was.
I said ended up getting time for that second run, though, so that was good.
Did I get a time?
Yeah.
Did
yeah,
I? I mean, I caught myself.
Yeah, I got some points on the board.
Let's see. That's on my other.
I was like, I went over that. I was damn.
Yeah, no, got some points on the board.
Hang on. Let me find it. Cup. DC.
I didn't do
You didn't-
any cup. No, not DNF yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you talking about today?
Yeah. Did I get?
Yeah, you got a time.
Yep.
Okay.
You got a 126.
Okay.
Heck
okay.
yeah. Again, looked good. Jumped into that first ledge came up, hit, just launched well. Buggy looked smooth. How'd the buggy feel? Good?
Oh, man, I need some shock tuning, man.
Yeah. I said, it looked really smooth when you saw those ledges clearing there.
My buggy ride's really good. It's just soft. Like,
Yeah.
it's low to the ground and soft. All these guys, their suspension is working. They're rigid.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we've got Casey Howell out there right now. Casey had a third place finish on round 1 for the Bounty class. We need to get Madison King's time as well, Taylor. If you can ask for a repeat on that for me. It was too loud to hear the radios last time. All right, the time for Madison King was a 77.205, which is our current fastest time. Let's see if Casey Howell can do something about that.
Bad when you get beat by a girl.
DC, it's been happening to you a lot lately.
So you've had this chassis a while.
Yeah.
You built it. What you like it? What would you change about it, if anything?
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I like it.
You've done very well last year. A little more consistent. You backed the pace off a little bit.
Man, yesterday was a joke.
Let's get Casey's time real quick. 68.488. That is our new leader for the Bounty class round 2.
So yesterday on the way here, my buddy was following me, and we were rocking about 90 mile an hour down 40, and this big truck jumped over in front of me when he got his little gap. You know how the big trucks do. They just wham. So I slowed down. Well, my buddy, evidently, he's back there dozing, and he plowed me, man.
Did not slow down.
Boom!
Oh.
Man.
Smashed the whole front of his truck in, broke his tie rods off. You know, the Chevrolets,
man.
they got 2 pitman arms.
Yeah.
It ripped the nuts off of them and ripped the threads off.
Wow.
So we're on the side of the road, and I'm trying to get – so I ended up ratchet strapping them down, the tie rods into the pitman arms. But we got here with, like, just enough time to get down here to get a little pre-run.
You didn't even, make it to the race yet, and you were already fixing stuff.
Yeah. And we got here about hour 45 minutes before race time.
Man, which isn't much time at all. When you got to get down here, get the truck unloaded, down.
Heck, I got down here and I go to hit the hill for a pre-run, and my bike says "Boom," and throws a daggum air temperature sensor code.
Yeah,
and won't go nowhere. So my Cup won yesterday. I didn't know the course at all.
We couldn't tell. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, hopefully Clint Strain out on the course right now did his homework and memorized that course map. Looking pretty good so far for him.
Yeah, again, these courses over time, over the last couple of years, have gotten longer with some jumps, some uphill, some downhill. So that GPS you were talking about earlier would kind of come in handy at some points.
Some of them, yeah. I mean,
we fit a lot of courses into one hillside.
We really do.
And it's really like they're short. Like, you should be able to remember a short course. Like, really, right.
Yeah.
But man, I'm telling you, I get tunnel vision or something. I don't see the tape at all.
And again, the guys like, so we have several guys, including yourself, that race multiple classes. So what you race day 1 might be complete opposite from day 2.
Yeah,
you start seeing those different courses. What you memorized yesterday is not what you need to memorize for today.
I didn't even memorize yesterday's.
Getting Clint coming in there, steaming across the finish line. 75.233 for Mr. Clint Strange.
What's this guy's name here?
This is Nathaniel Bell on the line.
He does pretty good.
Yeah, does pretty well.
He's sitting first in points for UTV Bounty coming into this weekend. So, yeah, he's been doing pretty good. And he had a second-place time on round 1 this weekend also.
I seen Brandon Davis pulling over there doing a couple test runs up the hill, so I'm not sure if he...
So after Wildcat, you know, I kind of let the big buggy deal. I was waiting on axles for over a year. You kind of just push it to the side, you know.
Yeah.
So after Wildcat, I was like, So I've been working on it since. And I was trying to bring it here, but we can't get it to start. So
well, that's definitely a problem.
yeah, we're not getting a signal somewhere, and we're not firing injectors. So hopefully by
what are we doing?
hopefully by Rush,
yep.
maybe.
You
Hopefully.
got about 3 weeks to get it, hopefully put it together.
Pretty cool to see you in the bouncer class.
That would be.
man.
And I think you will do incredibly awesome.
Man, if it don't break like these things do,
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of break, what's going on with Nathaniel right now?
or break my back,
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want that either.
What kind of power plant you go with?
it's the 598
Okay.
big block.
That's a big motor.
Yeah.
That's
It's
a big motor.
DC.
600 cubic inch big block.
Supposed to be like 1289.
Get her done. So it ought to like shake the ground.
So you're going to go from the UTV class
which is like
that you've been racing in
300
for years.
horsepower to 1,200 horsepower.
No, that thing ain't 300. It's like 200.
Okay. So it's still two.
You just made the point for us.
200
Yeah.
and 1,200. That's
Just
bit of
add,
a- bit
just
of a
add
leap.
1,000 there.
Yeah, but the power to weight ratio, you know.
Yeah, it's what's crazy.
We're faster than the bouncers.
It really is. We
Yeah.
were laughing that we were saying if some of the side by sides yesterday are going to be faster than the bouncers today, and it looking like it's going to be pretty close. So we'll see what the course shakes out to be. I just the power, like you said, the power ratio. Some of those, it's insane. Some of those guys are pushing 350 for horsepower on a side by side, and weighing in 1,000, 1,200 pounds. It's just so insane.
They're a little heavier than that. Mine weighs 2,100 with me in it.
Wow.
All right, we got our crack team down there. Cody Kaysen on the case again, trying to help
You
Nathaniel
gonna make a
out.
stab at it?
We'll I'll make a mild send, as Bree would say.
A mild
A moderate
send.
send.
A moderate send.
Well, you got your full send,
Yeah,
right?
it-
And you got your moderate send.
If you would just at least flip over.
Well,
Just flip
I'm
over.
trying to be really careful with my leg today.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got a broke leg. I remember when I was scared.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
Oh man!
Here we
I
go.
tell you what, there's not many guys that can trash talk me and actually back it up. The guy sitting next to me is a guy that can actually back up whatever he says.
Dude, look, I've been ever since that accident at Rush. Dude, I've been so weary. Like
Yeah.
I don't even drive the same no more. It's kind of like
And what's crazy is
Man, all
you
it
have
takes
been
is one time, and
That's
then
like-
you have been super over the
realize
last
you're not
year.
immortal.
You have been super consistent on the
Right.
podium quite a few times. Again, having great runs.
dude, look, like when you watch Cooper and Timmy and man, them dudes are taking some jars.
They
man.
are.
and
They are.
Like I'm not ready for that right yet.
Nope. I feel you. Well,
All right.
Cooper's also 18.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's a lot
Little-
more flexible
yeah,
than we
yeah.
are.
They rebound a
He
little.
bounces back.
18, you rebound a little quicker.
Like
Come on, get
Oh,
up there. Come
Josh
on.
Krapinski.
Oh no.
What's up with all these buggies making popcorn?
hey,
out
hey,
here today?
he made a U-turn on the hill.
Yeah.
Come on, Josh.
Josh is definitely having fun. Go, baby, go! Come on. You can right there.
Man, all these buggies sound like crap today.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that.
Wow.
Oh.
You're not liking that creek down there or something.
There, yeah, it must not be. Again, some water splashed up on a sensor, and that's all it takes with a lot of electronics we have nowadays in these motors. All it takes is a little water on a sensor or ground clamp, a ground bolt not tightened perfectly.
That's in his tune.
And usually his motor screams.
He's just switched over to E85 stage
Yeah.
6. Like
Yeah.
today's his first day running it, so he's
Ah.
Are you an 85 guy or are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like it
oh yeah.
for the turbo? Yeah. That's what I've heard. Everybody said, hey,
It's
if you're
night and day between race fuel and
Really?
E85. Yeah. Like
Really?
you can feel it in the seat of your pants. Like
really, that's incredible. There's that much difference between a race gas and E85.
yeah.
I remember Ryan Broholm with the Hulk buggy said we gained like 30% power just by switching. We went to a bigger gap on the spark plug, so it's a longer spark. And he said we'd switch to E80. It's all we did. E85 and a longer spark. And he said we gained like 30%.
93.455 for Josh Krapinski.
Again, super awesome to have you in the booth with us. Appreciate you coming up and chatting with us.
Yeah, man, I just wanted to give Ross a shout-out, dude. That was awfully sweet of him.
And again, it's so neat when you see drivers who, have tons of guys jumping in, help them out. I know we have a lot of guys in the bouncer class that help each other out. So it's, again, really neat to see that. And again, if you beat a guy, you want to beat him straight up. You don't want to beat him broken or, limping through the course, but definitely awesome to see you come up in the booth with us. We appreciate it. We don't get to hear from you very often, so we're glad you hopped up here with us.
Yeah. Well,
and again, you're trying to have the buggy together by...
I'd like to have it together by tomorrow, but
as
soon as we can.
Yeah, that's a big motor.
Yeah, I'm trying to get somebody that can team view into my laptop. See what's up.
Yep. I'm sure there's a few bouncer guys that can point you in the right direction.
Yeah,
hopefully,
Timmy got me hooked up with somebody, I think. So
I
talked to him Friday. We messaged back and forth. He said get a hold of him after 5 at whenever. And but we were coming here, so I ain't talked to him yet.
Yeah. And again, there's not a lot of service at the park.
But if that don't work out, we're going to shoot over to I went blank. Jonesboro.
Okay.
What's the frost buggy? What was it? Frostbite.
Yep.
While you're thinking about that, speaking of bouncers, we have round 2 for the bouncers coming up. We're going to go to a quick commercial break. No, we're not. We're going to do a rundown from round 2 of our UTV Bounty class. And our fastest time was Casey Howell with a 68.4, then Clint Streen with a 75. Let's see. Madison King with a 77, Josh Krapinski with a 93, DC Thompson with a 126, and Alston Tidwell with a 139. That was round 2 for the UTV Bounty class. And we will be right back with Bouncer round 2 right after this.
Mickey Thompson Tires announces a new American mud terrain legend, the new Baja Legend MTZ. 35 different sizes, and one is just waiting for your rig. The Baja Legend MTZ.
All right, and we're back here at Hot Springs, Arkansas for the 3rd race of the National Rock Racing Association, brought to you by Mickey Thompson Tires, and this race is presented by Spyder Offroad. And we have our bouncer class kicking off, and we are ready to go. Again, there you can see that great drone footage, a great lineup there, all the bouncers backed in, people scattered across the hill. I know we got side-by-side stacked everywhere, Jeeps packed out there, and we got a lunch break out of the way, and we are ready to kick off some live racing action here. It's going to be an awesome day. We got Chris Griggs sitting in that starting gate. He drew that number 2 spot, so he'll be the first guy on the 2nd course of the day. Got that awesome wrap on there, sitting in that race line starting gate. Cooper Bentley sitting right behind him. Again, those guys are definitely going to hammer. Again, we just saw Cooper in the side-by-side class. Now he's hopping in the big bouncer, so I wonder if that gives him any feel for being able to test on there. So
he's been out on the hills enough times between yesterday and today. He should have a pretty good feel for it by now.
Oh yeah. Again, we were laughing earlier on the break. We were saying, is Cooper going to be faster in the side-by-side or his bouncer? Again, it's that kind of.
He had a tough break on round 2 for Bounty class. You mentioned that Chris is first on the line, even though he's number 2, and I just thought, for those of you that are new to the series and might be wondering how we run things here, what we do is all of our drivers, a number is drawn for them. Matt does that in our pre-race shows about a week before the race, and then we run odds and then evens for course 1, and then we run evens and then odds for course 2. So that way it keeps it as fair as possible.
Shakes it up.
as to what order the drivers are all running in. If we have late entries, whoever our number one driver is, whoever had that first spot, gets to choose if they want the late entries to go at the beginning or at the end of the lineup. And then number 13, and this is just something we do for fun.
Yep.
Whoever draws number 13 gets to decide if they want to stay in that 13th spot, or they want to go first, or they want to go last.
And that for this race was Brandon Davis. He opted to go last. Again, I think it gives you a little opportunity to see the whole course, kind of see the layout, see what guys are doing. So we got to see him go last, and obviously he's pretty quick time. Had a little backup there with that tree. So seen a couple guys tag that tree today, but we'll see how the second course goes.
All right, and Chris Grigg is ready to rock and roll in that wide-open design buggy.
He added an LSA supercharger, so we got plenty of power now. See what he's going to do. He's going to be our first bouncer out of the starting gate here. Looks like he's going...
I can hear it, Matt. I can hear the power.
Yes. Again, able to climb that hill. Again, that's probably the most gnarly thing about this second course is that climb. And then obviously as soon as you climb, whip around that tight turn, come right back down. That's the course they went up earlier. Again, you can see the bouncers literally just sliding down the hill.
All right, Matt's heading off to get suited up. Good luck, Matt. Have fun. Be careful. Oh! A bit of a rough ride there. All right, 79.995 for Chris Grigg. Our first driver for round 2 of the RCV Bouncer Cup class. This is our final class and our final round for our weekend of racing here at Hot Springs Off-Road Park. Cooper Bentley is on the line now. We've been joking a little bit about how much seat time Cooper's gotten this weekend. He raced 2 UTV classes yesterday, 1 today, and then, of course, now the bouncer class. So he has been busy. Racking up the miles. He had a little trouble on the hill for round 2 of UTV Bounty class. Didn't really get to do much on it, and then it looked like he broke something and had to back off. So hopefully he's able to get a finish out of this course. Whoa! Bombing down the hill there. Cooper is second in points in the bouncer class coming into this weekend. Oh, Cooper. Tree. Yikes. He definitely demolished that front, that driver's side tire. Totally smoked that tree. Man, you know, we talked about it a couple times this weekend with some of our other drivers, but the trees don't move. You know, there are some things that you can hit and you can brush by out here on these courses and might not mess you up too much, but the trees, nah, the trees, they don't move. We've got our recovery up there checking on Cooper, seeing what he wants to do. If he's going to try and get out of there and come on down the hill, making sure he's all right. That was a pretty sudden stop. That's a pretty good lick on the tree. Man, he was moving. let's go to a quick replay presented by Rock Racing TV. Oh, yeah, man, that thing just... Sometimes they just jump out at you. He's coming on down the hill now. That's a third driver that we've seen today in the bouncer class hit a tree coming down the hill. I think he's going to actually be able to finish, though. Things are clicking and cranking, and he's definitely broke, but he's also breaking the finish line, so here we go. .581. You know, definitely not a fast time, but he wanted to get that finish. He's points matter when you're looking ahead for the whole season, and especially as he was second in points coming into this weekend. Obviously, he wants to hang on to as many of those as he can. Looks like we've got Dan Bowman making his way down to the line. Thank you for your sacrifice, Taylor. Woo! What'd you guys think of Cooper's run just there? That was pretty good smack on that tree. Glad he was able to at least get a finish out of it. Dan Bowman putting Tyrant to the test. There you go. Dan Bowman is fourth in points coming into this weekend in the bouncer class. You can definitely tell that both members of the Reclaimed Racing team, Clayton Smith and Dan Bowman, have definitely been getting comfortable in the driver's seat more and more over the past season. Both of them have come a long ways from where they started, and I'm sure they will continue to do so. Keep bringing that competitive edge. Nicely done. .554 for Dan Bowman, and we've got Colby Reich on the line now. Matt Holt making his way down here. We've also got John Campbell, you can see there, and Taz Buggy coming down to our staging area. I got Clay Kaysen joining me up here in the booth while Matt's out doing his thing.
Yeah, I'm wore out.
You Kaysens get around on the hills a lot.
Yeah.
Y'all are the first ones out. What happened to
Well,
to Cooper's?
Cooper,
yeah.
On the first two, I don't know if a rock hit it or what, but it cut the brake line on the front. So he was only rolling with rear brakes, if you couldn't tell.
On the first hill?
Yeah, on the first hill it messed up.
In the bouncer?
Yes.
Oh, I was talking about
UTV?
Bounty. Yeah, he didn't even go.
He when he hit it, it broke the snout on the axle.
Oh.
Yeah, and popped it out of gear.
And Bouncer, yeah, I could tell he came down that hill pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean.
And then that tree just jumped out at him, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know if it was brakes and he just needed somewhere to stop or what. You get that tunnel vision when you're running. You don't know really what happens.
That's funny. DC Thompson was just up here. He said the same thing. He doesn't even see the caution tape out there.
Oh, I believe
He was laughing about it because he got lost both times on the hill today.
DC's had a long weekend, though.
Yes.
I mean, he drove back home last night or wherever he drove and fixed it.
Yep.
Just to come back today.
He wanted to make sure to come up and give a shout out to his friends that helped him with that last night.
Oh yeah.
Colby Reich making his way through the course pretty good right now.
I think he's having a little overheating issues, I think.
There's so much drama behind the scenes.
It really is. It's pretty intense out there.
The stress level in the pits before a race can be like backstage before, day of mom's competition.
Oh, and I don't know.
.267 for Colby. Now we've got Matt Holt with High Society Offroad on the line.
With a broken foot.
With a broken leg.
Leg? Oh, we're giving him a leg credit
He's got
now?
a broken leg and a sprained ankle.
Oh, my. Why is he not in a brace?
This is what happens when you try and walk down steep, rocky hills.
Well, he don't walk down nothing. He hops.
At least he wasn't on a one wheel this time.
Oh, man. It's kind of hot, actually. Like, the summertime is kicking in.
It is warm. It's warming up. We got a nice breeze today, though,
Yeah, thankfully.
at least. This is pretty ideal racing weather. It's not humid yet.
It's perfect out.
We're not getting rained on. Nope. Hardly any mud. All right, Matt. What you going to do?
Oh, man.
I think Matt just wanted a chance to get out there,
And
put his tires on the hill, get a little moderate seat time.
Well, there's no seat time like race time.
Ain't that the truth?
I think he might be calling her quits. Yeah, I think he's calling her done.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, broken leg.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, his doctor probably did not
approve
clear
of this.
him for this. While I've got Clay up here with me, does anybody that's at home watching have any questions for him for CNC Racing?
Woo, I hope not. I ain't got no answers right now.
You and Cody both on the podium yesterday.
That was pretty cool.
Each of you winning your class cup and stock.
That
And that's the
cool.
first time that's happened
No,
for you
it's
guys?
happened a couple of times, I think.
Well, both of you win in the same weekend?
Yeah, I think when he raced stock a while back, it's happened one or two times, I think. When I had my old buggy. I think it
I can't
happened.
remember.
I think it's happened one or two times with that, too.
All right.
Well, because he freaking...
Well, Cody didn't remember it then because he said it was the first time.
No, I didn't think so. No. Oh.
At any rate, it's the first time this season.
Yeah, this season
So
for
there
sure.
you go.
I think he might be crazy.
All right, John Campbell out on the course now. He's running for Clint Garrison's points this
That's
weekend.
probably the quietest buggy out here.
It's definitely
and
got a very distinctive sound.
And definitely not the underest powered one, though.
No.
Oh, it's...
No.
You can't hardly hear it, but by golly, when he stands on it, it's... You might not want to be behind it.
Good to have John back out here racing with us. Been a little while since we've seen the Taz buggy in action.
This is one of the closer parks for him, too, I believe. Yes. Whoever answered that, asked that, yes. Is that water good?
Gotta stay hydrated, Clay.
Oh, yeah. Taz on the last downhill over here. That's a rough downhill section over there. I ain't even gonna lie with you.
I know. We try and give our viewers watching online as much of an idea as possible.
It's way...
But it's really hard. It doesn't translate onto camera this
No,
end.
not at all. Not like you would think. I mean...
74.259 for John Campbell. We've got Tim Cameron on the line now. All right, Clay, what do you think his time's going to be?
What have we got so far?
Fastest time so far was John Campbell just now with that 74. Timmy's time on Hill 1, which, you know, a little different, but was a 61.
I'm going to say 71 was the fastest so far.
74.
74?
I'm going to say like a 63. 63, 64.
I'm going to say 65.
All right.
Let's see if I can do it again like I did yesterday with you in the cup.
That was pretty good yesterday.
I'm going to say 65.
All right. What do you guys watching online say? What do you think Tim Cameron's about to lay down?
I'm going to say 65.
You got just a couple seconds
Like
here.
maybe a minute tops to figure it out.
Figure it out and drop a comment.
Now it's getting less and less. Woo-hoo! Getting a little western out there, son. I don't think he was wanting to do all that. Still managed
Stuff
to
happens.
somehow to hobble it, gather it up, and
Dang, that was just like pure horsepower.
oh yeah, that was like second gear too, just forevermore. Oh, that's pretty impressive. Just for him to motor up through there like he just did.
Mm-hmm. Drift in the corner.
Oh, yeah. See what this time is.
Timmy had a smoking time. 62.504 for Mr. Tim Cameron.
I was closer, Clay. I was closer. All right, Clay, thanks for joining us up here.
James Cantrell says TC is in a class of his own, and that is true. That boy can flat out drive. And we got Mr. Jack Attack sitting in that race line starting gate.
All right, Jack Porter. See what he can do out here.
Again, Timmy was absolutely flying through that course.
Timmy like straight muscled his way
He really
up
did.
this hill.
And Jack taking that same straight up line. Again, ripping right through there. Yeah, it is a lot easier when he's not in front wheel drive. Again, he had climbed course 1 through a drive shaft, and last year put on an absolute heck of a show. Unfortunately, didn't climb it, but he was backing up a good quarter mile.
He gave it everything he had. That
He
was
really
for sure.
did. It was definitely a skinny pedal nominee.
We talked a little bit in round 1 about the history of the Venom buggy. A lot of y'all remembered its origins, and as a single-seater, kind of made famous, or I don't know, infamous.
Yeah, made famous, infamous.
At King of the Hammers, when
our NRRA flag there blew right in front of the camera. Oh, man.
Oh.
So he put a different style starter on there, and he said the drive shaft, we were talking to him a little bit before yesterday, and the drive shaft used to come up and kind of hit the starter, so he said right now it won't hit the starter, hit the starter wire. So on the first course, he noticed he had paused. He clicked it a whole bunch and luckily got it started again. Unfortunately, I think that drive shaft must have come up, hit that starter wire, and he can no longer start the buggy. Again, all he had left was a little double jump.
He had the hard part done.
Yeah. The only thing he had left was just the
oh, man.
The little double jump there in the tabletop, and he was finished. Keith Toolman down there pulling away, getting our recover expert. He probably just took a strap to him and just pull him out of the way.
Well, I started to say that Venom's infamous beginnings at KOH, where the whole rear axle got ripped out, and then just Matt Myrick drove it out of there anyway from the back door shootout, just dragging the back end. You know, that's where it started.
Which is just such epic footage. If you guys haven't seen that, you have to go check it out. Matt picked up a rental.
Definitely made for some pretty good pictures.
Matt picked up a rental and just destroyed it. And again, I mean, it sucks to destroy a rig, especially when it's a rental. But if you get some sick footage out of it, you can kind of be okay with it, you know?
I guess it depends on who you rented it from.
Yeah, it's true. This is true.
Scotty Harden says, what do I get for guessing Timmy's time? You guessed a 62. All right, my comments hadn't loaded.
We'll give him a crisp high five, all right?
Yeah, you get... Here, listen, I'm going to applaud for you.
Yeah. As my brother would say, you'll get a nice crisp high five. Yeah, okay.
Here you go, Scotty. This is what we have for you.
Give a nice crisp high five there.
Good job.
Yeah.
Yep. That was your prize.
We have some monster rigs still pulling the starting line. I see Ford Place sitting in that starting gate. Daniel... Heckley pulling down here, that Heckley Racing team.
Let's go ahead and do a quick rundown. We are not quite halfway through our driver list for round 2 of the RCV Bouncer Cup class. Tim Cameron with the fastest time right now of a 62, and then followed by John Campbell with a 74, Chris Grigg with a 79. Oh, let's see, Dan Bowman with an 85, Colby Reich with an 88, and Cooper Bentley with a 165 after Cooper totally smoked a tree, but still was able to get a finish out of it.
I was trying to see what he had broke. It looked like he had a rim, broke the rim into 2 pieces, and the inner rim was just clanking around. But I wasn't sure if he broke a axle shaft or something else as well, so we'll have to see if we can't figure that out.
When Clay came up here, he said that Cooper, had only rear brakes in the bouncer.
Yep.
That's why he came down that first hill so fast. So that
they were
explains that a little bit.
On the brake, they were saying he had no brakes initially. He had broke something in the front end and had broken one of the brake lines. Come on, baby, get up there.
Come on, Jay Stewart's got to represent for the Ford camp out here.
Oh, yeah.
There's only 2 Ford-powered buggies out here today.
Yeah. Getting Jay going right up that front center, making quick work of it.
Looking pretty good for Jay so far. Straight on to the finish line now. Ooh, a little bouncing.
Sent it over that double jump. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, he sent it.
Wow.
78.913 for Jay Storts. We've got Daniel Heckley on the line now. Daniel came into this weekend third in points in the bouncer class, 10 points behind Cooper. Let's see if he can close the gap a little bit. Good chance since Cooper had a little trouble.
See what he's going to do.
Boy, Hellbent isn't sounding too good today either.
It isn't. Oh, buddy. Okay, there he goes. I say he started out ripping down that hill.
Just a little bit of controlled chaos out here.
Flying through that finish line. .199 for Mr. Daniel Heckley.
Wow. That is a second place time right now. Behind Timmy with a 62. And that means, let's see, John Campbell with a 74 will be in third place currently. We're a little over halfway through our list of drivers for round two, our final round of racing here this weekend at Hot Springs Off-Road Park.
Got a few fast guys still to go.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to see who's, Mr. Brandon Davis pulling to that race line starting gate. Using that rear steer to whip around. Again, Brandon drew that number 13.
Menace looks ready to pounce.
It does. It does. Again, as Taylor likes to say, this is his favorite buggy.
It's a bad machine.
It really is a beautiful buggy. Even the lines on it, the suspension, the trailing arms, it looks just sharp. Obviously made really quick work of that uphill section.
The IFS suspension helping to soak up the
It really did.
bumps and ledges in these hills. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon.
I haven't said that in a while.
That's true.
Felt appropriate.
Oh, hitting double jump.
Coming in hot.
And ripping through that finish line.
66.310. Wow. Right behind Daniel Heckley. Daniel had a 66.1. Brandon now with a 66.3. Tim Cameron in the top spot. Those are your top 3 right now. Timmy, Daniel, Brandon. It's almost like we've heard that before.
Hey, we have. We have.
I think we got a little out of order here. If I'm not mistaken, we should still be seeing Clayton Smith and Nick Reich and Richard Hodges.
I think Brandon was just so excited. Him and Daniel Heckley have such a grudge match. Once he saw him go, he's like, I got to get out there.
He was ready to go.
Yeah. Once he saw him, I think he's like, all right, we got to finish
like,
this.
I don't need to wait on this.
Again, Nick might have been doing some quick repairs after his wild ride this morning. He had he caught that tree, and so he didn't have front steering. So he might have been down there hammering away, getting things put back together.
Looks like Nathan's giving him a little last-minute assistance.
Yeah. Again, I'm sure there's
Fordzilla there.
I can only imagine the dude just hopped on that to get that thing going. It looks like he's got steering, so. Yeah.
Nick was our first driver in round 1 of the bouncer class, and he came flying down the first hill and just took a badly timed bounce right into a tree, knocked out his steering. Fortunately, he does have rear steer, so he was able to finagle his way through the rest of the course.
Uh-oh.
Whoa!
Oh, no!
And he took
lands on his wheels, and he takes off again!
He said, I didn't drive all the way from Wisconsin to do nothing out here, y'all.
I think we just got our skinny pedal nominee.
The man came to race.
That was incredible.
Oh, my goodness.
That is a very big buggy.
Easy there, easy.
Wow.
I think one roller was
yes.
enough. He said, I got some time
he
to
did.
make up for.
He's still whipping around that rear steer.
Oh,
I mean,
my goodness.
Just getting it.
He said, what would Jake Pike do?
Yeah, I've seen Jake Pike send it pretty good, so. Whoa, buddy. He had not. That's some kind of hose hanging off the back there.
Oh, my goodness.
That might be his breather hose.
Wow. What a run from Nick Reich.
That
75.155. And absolutely a skinny pedal nomination. Probably got himself a skinny pedal award from that run.
The whole crowd is giving him a round of applause
They're
as he's pulling up.
Let's go to a quick replay
right.
presented by Rock Racing TV and catch that one more time.
Came in, and again, I was wondering if we were going to see this kind of side skirt today from any of the bouncers.
That was an extreme side skirt there.
That cage took an absolute blast. And still, literally, he threw it right back into gear and took off again.
Shout out to Jake Pike fabricating on there.
All right, we got Richard Hodges taking off the line here.
Come on, Richard. Stay in it. He's doing it. He's doing it.
Uh-oh. Something to...
Oh, no.
I only lost... You can tell he clicked gears. He must have lost transmission.
Well, that's not a good spot to...
It might be all neutrals there.
Oh, man.
You could tell when he revved it up. You saw it kind of lunge a little bit and not move and rev really high. Again, I don't know if he's going to try to throw it in reverse and back it down or if he even has reverse.
Pretty sketchy hill to have to back it down.
Yeah.
He is sitting right at the top.
At Windrock, I also had this same all-neutral gear situation. again. Sounds like they're trying to winch to him right now, it sounds like.
Hey, Taylor, you want to see if you can get on the radio and ask him to send Nick over here? I think we need a little chat with Nick Reich after that show he just put on. We'll see if we can get him down here. I'm not sure where he is in the pits right now.
Yeah, while we got a little break here, we just thank everybody for tuning in today on Rock Racing TV. Appreciate everybody tuning in, watching the awesome show we had today. Again, we had some great weather here in Arkansas.
Let's look at a quick rundown of where things are standing for round 2 in the bouncer class while we see if we can locate Nick. Timmy's got the fastest time with a 62.5, and then we've got Daniel Heckley with a 66.1, Brandon Davis with a 66.3. Those are your top 3 for round 2 right now in the bouncer class.
Super tight times there again on the bouncer class, again on that second course. And it's incredible how you can have that long of a time and there's literally tenths of a second that separate them in the bouncer class. Again, just absolutely incredible racing going on today. Again, we got Richard Hodgins stuck on the hill behind us here. While they get him recovered, we'll fill you guys in a little bit on some of the park stuff we had going on. Again, we had side-by-side racing yesterday and bouncers today, so we had tons of racing action this weekend. This is the third race of the National Rock Racing Association, presented by Mickey Thompson Tires, and this weekend's brought to you by Spyder Offroad.
That's right. Our next race will be May 3rd and 4th. Make sure I get the dates right. Yep, May 3rd and 4th in Rush, Kentucky. Somebody mentioned on the live feed earlier to make sure that you go ahead and get your tickets.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rush has been known to sell out before. They kind of have a cap, I believe, and that's allowed in the park. So something to think about if you're planning to come. Hopefully you guys can join us for that one. May 3rd and 4th.
May 4th?
May the 4th be with you.
That's my birthday.
You guys can all come and sing happy birthday.
Yeah, we can bring snacky snacks, all you want.
Bring him a birthday cake.
Yeah.
He'll love you forever.
Be good times.
After that, the end of May, we will be in Alabama at Hawk Pride. Let's see, end of June, we got a little bit of a break there between those two. We'll be at West Virginia at Good Evening Ranch. You got another little bit of a break in between there. Beginning of August, Pretty Place, Tennessee. I've never been there before, but it's only like an hour from my house. I'm excited.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be our first time racing there.
Coming out of that Murfreesboro area.
Represent Murfreesboro, Middle Tennessee. After that, end of August, we'll be in Missouri at Rush Springs Ranch. Middle of September, Indian Mountain, Alabama. We haven't been there in a few years.
Yeah.
Yeah, been a hot minute since Indian Mountain. And then beginning of October, of course, will be our finals. Lots of racing still to go for this season. You guys can always go to nationalrockracing.com to check out that schedule that I just ran through, and hopefully you'll be able to join us in person at one of those. Maybe even bring your own rig out and join one of our 6 classes of racing that we have if you think that you want to get in on the fun as well. And we chased him down. We got Nick Reich joining us up here in the production booth. Nick, dude, what a wild ride. What a show you just put on. We definitely wanted to have you come up here and chat with us after that. That was definitely some entertainment. What was going through your head while you're on the hill?
I was pretty frustrated with my first run. I was really frustrated with that.
Yeah.
I felt like this was my course to take it,
Yep.
Yeah.
So we threw a belt on. My balancer, my pulley is both blown, or they're bent almost an inch. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, the adrenaline and a little tremble still.
But we put a belt on it, tightened it up as much as we could, and just, said, please, God, let us complete the course. And the belt held.
Yes.
And I just figured I was going to go full race pace. Oh, my link bar's bent really bad, too, so my suspension goes.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But it held, obviously, and I wanted to go that far corner.
Yep.
And Timmy said not. He's like, it's going to be rowdy if you go over there. And when I hit it, as soon as I hit it, I knew that I didn't have enough speed.
Yeah.
And I had to commit, you know.
And we had talked about this morning, you know, we saw some side-by-sides do that. We were wondering if a bouncer was going to try it. So when you tried it, I was kind of excited just to see how it went.
Yep.
Obviously not the result you're looking for.
Yeah, no, I probably, if I would have had more speed into it and not spun the tires when I was going up, I think it would have held straight.
Yeah.
But, you know.
So how disoriented were you after you? Because you had a little bit of a drop, too, when you landed on your lid, rolled over, but then you just kept going.
Yeah, again, absolutely.
Speaking of going, we've got Clayton Smith out on the course now.
And again, taking off that line. As soon as you landed, slapped it back in gear, took off, and you ripped right up that course. Still ended up with a 70-something run. I mean, a really quick run time.
Oh, good.
Imagine if you hadn't rolled over. We were thinking just, well, how fast would that have run again?
I hit the rear steer to the rear when I was up there.
Yeah.
I hit it, and the buggy did not do anything different. And I let off because I knew I was done.
Yeah.
And when I was upside down, I realized how high I was.
You were very high.
It was a bit of a drop.
Oh, man, this is going to hurt.
Yeah.
But it didn't.
Yeah.
Just like landing on pillows.
Well, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Again, how's the cage? I know
everything's fine.
Pike builds a pretty heck of a machine.
Oh, I don't have any worry in that.
Yeah.
That anything that he builds is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's all chromoly.
That's like 2-inch chromoly as well, right?
Yeah.
And like 1/4-inch wall. I think it's just a massive cage. Again, obviously, I was just curious if it had dimpled it in a little bit or.
I got a good seat in there now, and I got one of them ratchet harnesses.
Yep.
I have no fear of getting hurt when I'm inside it. It's everything else.
Yeah, and again, that safety equipment definitely. I mean, you fell quite a bit. So saying, hey, felt like landing on pillows, coming out, having a great run.
I don't know if Clayton just felt like he landed on pillows or not.
Wild run from Clayton Smith here.
A little bit of a rough ending there, but
that Reclaim Racing team. 84.562 for Mr. Clayton Smith and the Reclaim Racing team. Again, obviously, wild ride. It was super awesome to see you just slap her back in gear, take off, and again, after you slapped her in gear, it climbed really quickly. It was a super easy climb. It looked like so. Buggy seemed like it handled well for the rest of that.
Yeah, I can hear that because of that link bar being bent.
Yep.
I have the offset steering and the suspension acts a little funky. I can feel that, but really for the crashes that it took and everything that happened today. I mean, I don't know what a link bar costs, but that's not a deal killer.
And still a 70-something run. I mean, that's still an amazing run for a guy who rolls over, lands on the wheels, takes back off again. That's still All right, cut to a replay real quick. Rock by.
Let's give Nick a little taste of what we were all getting to watch here.
Again, that's
a
long fall.
Oh yeah.
And then there you go.
Right back into gear, take it off again.
You Bobby Tannered it.
Yeah, really, that's truly. Yeah. I mean, literally slapped it right back in, and it climbed so quick, easy.
It did.
I was really impressed at how quickly it climbed right after that.
Almost a little frustrating that I went to that far line. Maybe I should have just went
You started over here, and you came across over here.
Again, hindsight is always 20/20. So again, without knowing, trying both lines, it's, you can't really tell. And we had seen some of the side-by-sides take lines, so we're really curious of what that line choice was going to be, if a bouncer was going to take it, and if so, how was that going to play out. So it was kind of interesting to see a bouncer take it. Obviously, a little more momentum would have probably skied you around there, but and it still kept. Either way would have been a quick time if you'd have just shot straight up or kind of sided it and made it. Both would have been quick, but obviously a great run still.
You're also not the only bouncer that hit a tree today.
Yeah.
There were at least 3 of you. So you're not the only one.
I was happy that I was able to keep it under control going downhill.
Yeah.
A lot. So.
Again, we saw quite a few guys, kind of getting kind of crazy downhill. But again, that pushing to that maximum is what it takes to kind of be on that leaderboard. So again, super smooth run. It's still a great time, even with the rollover. Still not a bad time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it was definitely an entertaining run. The crowd was loving it. We were loving it. You for sure got yourself a Skinny Pedal nomination, at least. I wouldn't be surprised if you went home with the Skinny Pedal award. But thanks for joining us up here, Nick. Do you have anything else that you want to tell everybody? Anybody you want to thank? Anything like that?
I thank my wife for helping me with all this and making this happen. Jake Pike and definitely God for for putting me in that position and making me land. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So-
That again, awesome to see you walk away and still continue to race and still got a great time out of it. So super awesome to see.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you,
buddy. We
Nick.
appreciate you coming up with us. And again, we'll come back and wrap up that final 3 right after these messages.
The Mickey Thompson Premium Mud Terrain is on the road and full of undisputed attitude. The Baja Boss MT. No compromises, ever. We are purpose-built tires for truck and Jeep enthusiasts everywhere. All mud tires are not created equal, and here's the proof. Powerfly XD construction, asymmetrical tread design, extreme side biters, and more. Find your tire size today at MickeyThompsonTires.com.
All right, guys, let's give you that top 5 rundown from round 2 for the RCV Bouncer Cup class. Timmy again had the fastest time with a 62, followed by Daniel Heckley with a 66.1, Brandon Davis with a 66.3, John Campbell with a 74, and Nick Reich, even with all the acrobatics, with a 75, rounding out that 5th place spot for round 2. We've got some trophies to go give away now. We had such a great weekend of racing out here. Thank you guys for being able to join us here on Hillside Live. I hope you're able to watch in person or on the show when we're at Rush, May 3rd and 4th. I don't need that anymore. Matt, you got anything else?
No, it's going to
say to everybody?
May 3rd and 4th, again, we'll be at Rush Off-Road Park in Rush, Kentucky. Definitely more of a central race for a lot of the bouncer guys. Again, definitely, it's about 3 weeks away from this weekend, so it gives everybody time to get the rigs put back together. We had a lot of mechanical things this weekend, even though it wasn't a real difficult course. Rush, I've seen some crazy courses, and I've seen some easy courses, so it'll be interesting to see what course we have. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we'll see you guys soon.
See you then.